Alright guys, let's go ahead and get into it. So we're going to go ahead and start off with this guy first. This is the Nintendo Switch Joy-Con. This is going to be your left hand Joy-Con, not your right. Usually if you're a right-handed person, you're using your right hand to use the mouse. So you're going to have your left hand free. But the good thing about it is if you already have a Nintendo Switch, you have left and right. So if you are a left-handed person that uses their mouse with their left hand, then you can actually use the right hand Joy-Con instead because you have your right hand free. That is a good pro for the Joy-Cons. There's two of them. One, you can use either side, left or right. Two, you can actually already have it available for you because if you have a Nintendo Switch, it's already there. So you're not really wasting any money. And three will be a third one. If you decided to buy one of these, you can actually just pick one up at a GameStop and actually trade in some old games that you don't actually play anymore and wind up getting credit towards it, so it makes the price really cheaper, if a price at all. You may have enough points for actually getting this for free. So that actually is three good pros right there. Now, the con is it doesn't have a program dedicated for it. It's using third-party software. I think it's called key mapping or key mapping, something like that. I forget the name of the program. I'll leave a link over here for my video of how to use this one. But besides that, the other con of this would be if you were trying to get set up, some of these Joy-Cons can have a little bit of an issue locking up for the joystick. So I have seen that happen with mine right here. Mine is used, it's not brand new, and sometimes it can lock up my key mapped for whichever side it locks up on. I think it was like this side or something. All I know is like it kind of stays tapping the key even when you're not touching it. So I mean, I know there's probably workarounds. I'm pretty sure you can get into the system here and like get it to where it stops doing that. Maybe it's just like slightly touching, maybe it's snagging somewhere and needs to kind of be like lubed up or something. But I did find that to be a little bit of a hindrance for something I just paid for. So you gotta take this stuff with a grain of salt. But other than that, it was working pretty fine. A little bit of a delay, not a lot, but I would say it's probably because, I mean, obviously you're using a third-party software, then your Bluetooth is not going to be instantaneous. So I felt that to be a little bit of a problem for me too. So it'll be the three main problems is one, Bluetooth can be a little slow, a little laggy. Two would be where the button was sticking up a little bit. And three, the program that you're using is third-party software. It is free, but can be a little buggy and complicated if you don't know what you're doing. So that's three cons and three pros, so this kind of cancel each other out. So let's take it with a grain of salt here, guys. If you already have a Nintendo Switch Joy-Con, then by all means, try it out. Definitely will work. Okay, so that will be number two for this one. Pros and cons are pretty much the same except for some minor details. So, pro, super cheap. This is another Bluetooth generic controller you can buy from eBay or Amazon. I bought mine off of eBay. It was like, I want to say $5 to $7. I can't remember because it was a little while ago. I was testing some stuff out with it. But it basically looks just like a Nintendo Wii's nunchuck. So yeah, the nunchuck for the Nintendo Wii actually will feel a lot better though, because this one is feeling kind of plasticky. So that will be my second con for this. So like the first pro is it's cheap, and the second pro would be that you have for the price 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 buttons to use. So a little shy of this one. This one has 14. So you're sacrificing 3 buttons, but it is a cheaper price. So you gotta test what you want. It does take AAA batteries, as you can see right here. I have some AAAs in there right now. But I mean, AAAs are $1, so roughly $10 will get you going for this whole setup right here. And all you have to do is turn it on. There's a little power button right here. You hold it for a second, it turns on blue, just like that. And it works out just fine for the most part. I mean, the buttons are a little plasticky too. They kind of feel, I don't know. I don't know really how to explain it, but you can just feel the difference compared to like these type of buttons to this. This is like harder and more feels brittle. Like if could I could probably crack this or something, you know? But that one is a really good start. If I was just starting out and only had like $10 to blow, I would get this one, to be honest. I mean the Joy-Con is great, but I mean I don't have a Nintendo Wii, I mean Nintendo Switch, so I couldn't charge this. I needed to buy this adapter here. That will be the fourth con for this one. Is that I needed to get this adapter to plug up some batteries, and it does take batteries, which it holds them in pretty well. If I could just pop this out here. I forget how this goes. There it goes. So this one took AA batteries, and but they're pretty good. It works out just fine, and I mean this has two of them, so I have the left and the right, so it works out fine, I guess. But yeah, that would be another con for this, is that in order to charge it, you need to have batteries if you don't already have a Joy-Con or a Nintendo Switch to charge the Joy-Cons, because they charge internally. But so yes, this $10, I will go with this one first if you guys are just trying to try this out. Like I said, this is for like VR gaming, so you can pick this up pretty cheaply because they're used mostly for like Android tablets, phones. I'm not sure how iPhone works, so it's basically a lot of VR stuff, and I believe you can connect it to your VR headset for like a computer, but I don't have any of that stuff, so I don't know. But yeah, Bluetooth, great. Has the same cons though. Uses the mapping key software, third party, and a little laggy, like I mentioned. It's going to with Bluetooth. It's not my Bluetooth. It's just Bluetooth itself. It's just a little laggy because it's going through a third party software. It has to read that information specific, so it can take a second. But yeah, other than that, $10 to get you going. So that was like the main reason for this one. Like I mentioned, get that if you want to just try this stuff out. Super cheap. Next, we have, and the last but not least, and this is saving the best for last, this guy right here is the best. And I would recommend this one to anybody if they had $100 to blow. That's right, I said it. Exactly $100 for this. Brand new. I couldn't find it used. I can see why, because it is just that good. So, let's go ahead and get into the pros for this. One, it has its own program. So, your own program mapping software. And it's great. This is the Wacom Key Express Remote. And it uses that program, the Wacom Key Express Remote program. And it is a great program. Literally, what you're going to wind up doing is, say, for instance, you try this out on Blender and you love it, but then you're like, well, I do Blender, and whenever I start designing a character, say you do a 3D animation, right, and you want to make Saitama here. Let's just say you're going with this guy right here. You want to draw him out first, so you need to make sure that the tablet you're using has, you're using a Wacom pen probably, or some stylus, and you're using, say, Sketchbook Pro, for instance, and you're drawing out the front, left, right, top, all the views, so that way you can import it into Blender, so you can actually design the character in Blender using those front, left, right sides. So if you put yourself on orthographic mode, I believe is what it is, you can toggle 1, 2, and 3, or 1, 2, 1, 3, and then 7, I believe, is top view, whatever the case may be. But if you were trying to design him and you do have, like I do, Sketchbook Pro from Autodesk, I would use that program with this remote right here, because this remote is designed for stylus and tablets. Really, it's supposed to be for like a Wacom, I think it's a Cintiq. I know they have a lot of them, and it's basically a drawing tablet that you can draw and do all kind of crazy stuff with. You can use it for a mess of programs, so like Sketchbook Pro, Photoshop, things of that nature. And so this remote works out great for all those. And what's great about the program is you can actually set this up individually for each program. That's what's good about this one compared to these two. These two right here are going to wind up having the key mapped out for all of them. So these two, if you program Blender correctly and you start using like Sketchbook Pro or something, those hotkeys may not be the same as Sketchbook. So you're going to wind up having to constantly reprogram your keys for each individual program. That can be a little tiresome and can take a lot of time. So to speed up the process, you can actually go with this one right here. This guy and its features are amazing. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19 buttons and counting. I'm pretty sure there's more. I haven't used them all yet to know for sure. But it is great. It's rechargeable, just like the Joy-Con if you have a Nintendo Switch to charge it through that. Or, I mean, even when you plug the batteries in, it charges the internal battery. There is an internal battery in there. It's just in order for that internal battery to keep getting charged up, it needs the batteries to do it. It doesn't have a USB port like how this guy does right here. So if you can see that, I don't know if I can get it to focus. Oh, wait, no, it's at the top. My mistake. Can I get it to focus? Top right here. Focus. Maybe a little bit. Come on. There we go. I think. It's hard to see. But yeah. Anyway, so it has a USB-B port. There we go. And you can charge it. Works out great. Built-in battery. Many buttons. Can change for any program you have, because the program you're using for this can map out individually for each program what you're trying to set for one time, be done with it. So now we get into the cons of this. So the main pros, we'll just recap, it has its own application, can program more than one program at a time, so you have multiple hotkeys for individual programs, and has more buttons. So that will be the 3. Oh, and it's rechargeable through USB, so it really has 4. So it's actually beating out all these guys. The only bad thing is the Pro, number one, $100. That is the big jump from 10 to 30-ish. Now we're at 100. So that is a lot. I'm not gonna lie, and that was actually a pretty good deal on my part, because I mean, granted, it is brand new and I got it from some video, I think, making company, like not making videos, but like photography and videography company on eBay. So it's not a bad choice at all. It's just $100 from 10 to 30. Now you're at 100. It's kind of steep, but if you was to buy it somewhere else, you'd probably be like a little over 100. Like I seen like 120. So I actually caught this at a good time. But so that's the one Pro, definitely expensive. Second one is it isn't Bluetooth at all. Now with that $100 price tag, you would think they would put Bluetooth in here, but they don't. And it's one of those catch-22s. It's up to you if you feel like that's a bad thing or not. I'm like in between. I'm like 50-50 on it. The reason why I say that is because of the lagging that I've been getting out of these two guys. Now, they lag, of course, Bluetooth, whatever. There's a lot of signals around here. I'm pretty sure if you have Bluetooth stereo system, headset, all that stuff, maybe they're crossing paths or something and taking a second. So, I mean, you can't expect it to be instantaneous. But for the way I like to work, I'm kind of quick at some of my stuff. So, I mean, the faster I can work and get some stuff done, like these videos I'm making for you guys, the better for me. So, that would be kind of a pro and a con. I'll put that in between because it really just depends on how you see it. But yes, no Bluetooth kind of sucks. So with that being said, that will be leading into our third con, which will be it takes a USB port. So it uses this little USB dongle right here. It says Wacom on the front. I don't know if you guys can see that. But yeah, it uses this dongle just like a regular USB mouse, kind of, if you're using a regular mouse without Bluetooth. Um, so I'm not sure what frequency it uses. It's probably 2.4 gigahertz instead of like the 5 regular um, generation radio signals. But it can be a pro and a con. That'll be my next step because, like I said, no Bluetooth means it's not having any interference really, so there's not a lot of lag going on. But if you plug this in, then you're gonna be getting, constant source. So it's from here to here, hardly any lag. So it kind of works out for you. But the reason why I say it can be a con is because if you're using a tablet, not a lot of tablets nowadays have a lot of USB ports. Now they have like USB-C now, which is a plus and a bonus, but then you're looking at having to get a one of those USB hubs, USB Type-C to USB ports. So it kind of defeats the purpose because now you're adding more charge. You're costing more. So now you're at from 100 to like one of those generic ones you can find off eBay is like $12 to $15. So now you're at 120 basically for the whole setup. If you're wanting to save one of the USB ports, so say you need to charge something, you're using it for something, not like I mentioned, like a keyboard or a mouse. Usually most tablets nowadays are only coming with 2 or maybe 3 if you're lucky. So you're going to wind up having that issue. You're going to have to sacrifice your mouse or your keyboard, which we both all know if you're trying to do this for Blender, that isn't going to cut it. So, because you're going to need Blender's hotkeys still. I mean, this only has, 24 or whatever the case may be for it. So, you're still not going to have full keyboard. So, that's not good. And then on top of that, or if you remove your mouse, then, you're missing out on having a mouse and how you're going to really navigate the 3D plane view. So, you kind of really do need your mouse and your keyboard. So, you could take this, like I mentioned, grain of salt. It's completely up to you how you guys view this information. I'm just telling you guys how I see it and what I've ran into. But so yeah. So the first con, expensive, $100 price tag here. Second con is it uses USB. There's no Bluetooth. Third con is that it uses USB instead of the Bluetooth. So there's no Bluetooth built in, and you have to sacrifice one of your USB ports. So that's 3 cons right there for this. So it's not so bad. It's outweighing the cons of the pros, so it is kind of worth it. I mean, for the overall, it's gonna last a while. I mean, it's not gonna mess up. I mean, this one, like I said, is kind of flimsy. I felt like if you drop this, it's gonna be done, or either that it's just gonna be cracked and broken. You have to deal with a cracked and broken one and have to buy another one later. And then this one, I mean, I don't see the Joy-Con being damaged, but like I mentioned, that joystick right here gets locked up, so I'd rather not have a joystick and have actual physical buttons instead. I mean, the only way I would like to use the joystick if I was using this as a mouse to navigate around, left, right, all that good stuff, but I don't really need it. I'd rather have more buttons like this. But so this one works out really well. You can zoom in. This is actual scroll wheel. So you can zoom in, zoom out, depending on how you set your zoom in, zoom out. And like I said, all these buttons are customizable mapped keys, so you can actually set them up for whatever you want. And that's pretty much it, guys. So we're going to jump into my computer here. So how the Wacom one is doing, because I already showed a video of how this one works, and you guys can catch that video like I mentioned earlier at the little top of the screen over here. And but for the most part, this one works out really well, and the program is pretty simple and straightforward, and the buttons feel amazing. I did want to put that as a pro because it doesn't feel flimsy like this one does. I mean, this one is just like you can hear. That's just a push button that you can get from like a regular Arduino or something that you're programming. You can hear the tactileness of it. Other than this one is soft and just feels right. I believe that's probably an SMD soldered circuit instead of a regular push button switch. This is like a little small SMD one, I'm pretty sure, mapped out to the motherboard. But you can hear it's very, very quiet. You can't really hear too much of it, and it feels like matte finish. That means another point. On the back, it has this mat on here, so it keeps some scratches. So if you're using a actual tablet, like I was been mentioning this whole time, you can actually sit this on your screen, and it won't at all scratch it. Now these, I wouldn't recommend setting this on anything because it's plastic, and I don't know, it may be able to scratch something if you have like a little, I don't know, something on here like this. I just don't feel like I should sit these on any screens anytime soon. But this one works out great. So we're gonna go ahead and jump into the computer. Let's show you how all this works, and here in just a moment. All right, everybody, welcome back. We're gonna go ahead and just jump right in. So you're gonna be seeing this Wacom Express key remote in action, full glance, full everything. So right here, if you just flick the Wacom Express key remote switch on, you have to go over. You'll see a blue light pop up. So that's standard. Now it will be active, but you're gonna have to actually get the drivers for this first. So you're gonna go down here to, well, you're gonna just get your internet browser up, and you're gonna want to go and type in Wacom tablet driver. Then just click down driver downloads. You know, select whatever operating system, whether you have Mac or Windows. I already got mine, so I don't have to worry about it. Once you do, you'll just go down to Start, scroll down to your Wacom tablet, bring up your tablet properties, and there you have it. So you'll have EK Remote. That'll be your device. It's the Wacom Express key remote you see here. And then we have the other. So application will be all applications basically, and then we have Blender right here that I added, which I'll show you how to do. You just click Add, go to Browse. I have it on my desktop right over here, so I just click on the desktop one, you hit open, and then it will pop up right there once you hit OK. So what we're gonna do is start mapping out some keys. So I'll go ahead and bring up my Blender here, and then we're gonna go ahead and bring up the Key Express remote so you can see everything. So I have this generic file that I've been working on a little bit. I mean, it's already finished. This will probably be in a future video if you guys start paying attention here. Anyway, so right now, obviously, you're still not set up yet. You got to map the keys, right? So we're going to go ahead and start doing that. So we have outer keys over here. Inner keys are inside right here in the center. And then your ring keys are the ones all the way around this circle. So we're gonna stick with outer. I already had modified this, but I'm gonna show you how you do it. So I modified this just one button right now. You go to, if I want to do shift, so say like if I want to move, not just pan, but actually physically move, you have to tap shift and then drag with your mouse click, right? Well, that kind of sucks, because now you're using your left hand and your right hand having to do all this extra stuff on your keys when you're trying to do things a whole lot quicker here. So we're gonna go to modifiers here, go down, hit keyboard, and then go down to modifier. So then you'll just hit shift and then you hit OK, right? So then you're all good. So once you do that, once you hit this button right here, or whatever button you set it for, you just click on it and then you move just like that, and it's instantaneous, guys. Like there's no problems. Like look, as soon as I press and click down on my mouse and drag, it's there. It's instant. I don't at all see a lag like how it was doing with the Bluetooth. So that works. Now let's say if we want to change, okay, we got front because I'm in orthographic mode. If you hit the number 1, number 3 is your right side view, and then number 7 is your top view, right? So if we want to do where we can see everything, right? Number 1 will be that button. So we can just go back to Wacom. Let's just say we want this one to be number 1, this will be number 2, and that's number 7, right? Or number 3, 1, 3, 7. So if we click this, go back to keyboard, keystroke, we'll hit number 1 on the keypad. Name, we'll say front view for this. Front view. I don't know if I spelled view right, because I'm a dumbass. Yeah, I spelled it right. I'm even more dumb for suspect than I was dumb. Alright. There you go. Keystroke enabled. So, now let's get back to Blender real quick. Let's go to number 3, side mode. So we're on right orthographic. Let me just move over a little bit to the center for that. Now, if we hit that button right here, like I've been mentioning, we're going to hit that button right here. Bam. That is front view. Instant, no bullshit. Instant, ready, bam. No lag, love it. Told you, worth the $100 to me. Anyway, I mean, if you think about it, you're not spending a lot when Blender is free. So take that into consideration when it comes to all these other 3D design software out here like Maya and what was the other one? I forget the other one. Something Studio, I think. It's I forget it. It's fine. Whatever. You know what I mean, though. So let's see. Now we got that one done. Let's go ahead and do our side view. So we're just gonna go to keyboard again, keystroke. We're not doing page up. That's just stupid. Let's clear that out. And we'll go 3. Let's hit 3, number 3, so we get that side view. And we're gonna call this side view. Wow, so simple, right? Side view. I mean, I'm pretty sure I'm not the first person to ever do this, but I haven't seen any videos of anybody else doing it, so you're welcome. Alright, now let's go ahead and hit number 1. So we're on number 1. We're going to go down to the second button right here on our keypad and hit that number 2 button. So 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. No lag whatsoever. 1, 2. Perfect. 1, 2. No problem. 1, 2. Done. See? So we're good. So now we go ahead and go on to the next one. So let's go ahead and do our next keyboard stroke, number 7 for the top view, right? So let's go keyboard stroke. We're going to clear this out. Hit that clear button. We're not going to name it page up because that's just dumb. We're going to hit number 7 on our keypad. There you go. Then you're going to go to naming it. It'll be top view. T-O-P view. You know what I'm saying? There we go. Hit OK. We're done with that. So now we're going to do 1, 2, and then this last button right here, top view, number 3. And that is pretty much it in a nutshell, guys. You can do this whenever you want to. And it's so instant, you don't have to worry about a thing. Now, say you want to do reverse of all those views, right? Let's say, because usually when you hit number 1 in control, I believe it is, that if you hold control, hit 1, it gives you the back view. See, this is behind. And the same thing with the other side. So we're in front now. Now we hit behind, that's behind. We hit front, we're in the front. See? So if we hit control 1, we're in the back. And then for this is the right side view. So if I hit control and then number 2, that's the left side view. But say you want to actually have those keys mapped out. So where you're in the front, or say this will be the other side. So if we want to add some extra buttons here, we'll go to the other side. So this will be left side, right? So we're on the right side. That's why I mapped it to the right, because it just makes more sense. The right side has right view, so we have front, right, and top. And then the left side will have back, left, and bottom. So we can do that. So let's go ahead and get this one. So we're going to get rid of settings. We'll go to keyboard, keystroke. We're going to hit control and then number 1. Control. Oh, wait. I don't think we can hit control. Actually, yeah, control 1. There it goes. Control and number 1. See? Now we just hit. So you have to do it together for it to work. You don't hit control, then number 1. You have to do it simultaneously, just like if you would to do it on here for it to actually work on Blender. So now we're just going to type in back view, so B-A-C-K view, and then hit OK. Bam, we're good with that. So now we go back here, we're in the front view. You'll see that circle right there. Go backwards. There you go. It's on the other opposite side because I have it set up right. So we just go to 1 on this side. What happened? Why isn't it? Oh, okay, I got it on the wrong. I gotta change this top one then. Hold on. I messed up. God. Alright. Oh, that was shift. That's why. So I have this run on the wrong thing. Let's remove this. I'm just gonna go back here. Keyboard. Let's just clear. And we're gonna copy that. Let's cancel. So we want this one to be, we want the opposite of everything. So that was my mistake, guys. I'm sorry I messed up. Don't kill me about it. I know this is taking too long. I'm trying to speed this up here, obviously. It ain't like I want you guys sitting here listening to me talk for like 12 hours. Nobody wants that. I don't even want that. I can't even talk, like, breathe sometimes when I'm talking to you guys. Like, I, like, gotta take in a breath or something. Anyway, let me just do, yeah, we can do undo. Let's just hit, oh, this will be Control Z, right? So if we go to here, let's say if we want to move this up, bam, undo. So you have an undo button now. So this is shift and that will be undo. So if we drag it up, hit undo, bam, you're good. So now we can go back and get the rest of our keys. So we have back view, so let's go ahead and hit the back view, bam, front view, back view, front view, back view, front view, back view, front view, there you go. So let's go to keyboard again, that keystroke, you know. Now we gotta get the behind the scenes of number of the left side there. So we're not going right, we're going left, guys. Left view. I should change up the other one to call it right view because that just makes more sense. We're just gonna rename this one. Not side view, but right view. There we go. Bam. Right view, hit OK. Now, last but not least, let's change this last guy down here to Control Z 7 for the bottom. So that's what we'll type, bottom view. Congratulations, now we are finished with all this nonsense and we can get everything going. So let's go ahead and reiterate. So for the first button up here on your right hand side, we're at shift, so we can hold down and pan, move around where we want it. Say, oh, look at that. We can just move where we want, no problems whatsoever. Now, front view, bam. Back view, bam. Right side, bam. Left side, bam. Then we're gonna go to the top view. Now, how about we, hold on, let me pan up a little bit. Now we go to the bottom, bam. You can see the bottom, bam. And then the last button we have is for our undo button. So we'll just go up and hit undo. So we're all good with all that. So we have mapped out literally 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 buttons onto this remote, and we still have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, which is pretty much already the same. We're going to use that for zoom, but it's opposite. You see how that was working? If I zoom clockwise, it zooms out. Anti-clockwise, I'm zooming in, which is strange. I'd rather zoom in by clockwise, so you can do that with our remote here. So if we do, which one is it? Not that one. Enter? No. Oh wait, touch ring. There we go. So the touch ring, scroll, no, screen controls. That's the auto scroll, slow, fast. I want it in the middle, but I want it to be reversed. Zoom, scroll, zoom. I don't know what the heck that is. Let's just do zoom. Let's see if that works. Still doing the backwards stuff. Let's see. I'm still trying to figure this stuff out, so you guys just have to give me a moment to do so, guys. I'm sorry if it's taking so long. I don't see where you can do backwards. Show touch ring, no. Screen. Undo, brush application, shortcuts, default options. I don't know if it had. It should. I feel like it should have. I have to do a little more research. I'm pretty sure I can figure this out. Once I do figure it out, I'll let you guys know. I'll post a comment in the description below, or if you guys already know how to do it, you can post a comment down below too. I mean, whoever wants to post, by all means, do so. But I mean, you get the general idea. That's what I'm trying to get at here. Really, it's just obviously you need to make sure you're getting everything right. And we already have an undo button. It's at the top, but either way, it doesn't matter. We can change up anything on this remote. That's all I'm trying to get at here. I mean, I hope you guys are liking the video. Please like, subscribe. Let me know what you think about these buttons and what they can do, because they're pretty amazing. And yeah, my name is Legit Lee, and I'm signing out.